When you're dealing with a FOIA request, lawsuit, or internal investigation, you need to uncover all relevant ESI. But this could be hiding in millions of records across multiple platforms. To meet tight deadlines, eDiscovery case managers often involve IT or an external eDiscovery firm, charging by the hour or by the byte, and sometimes for multiple reviews. Not only do costs add up quickly, there is also risk in copying data to outside systems. These inefficiencies are endemic to the traditional EDRM model. Following this model, you spend money to collect, hold, and store data before you even know you need it. We took the EDRM model and turned it around. With Smart Collection, you review first. NetGovern connects to anywhere unstructured data lives, whether this is an on-premise repository or public or private cloud. With our live connectors, you can search data in place in a permanent up-to-date index. You can also collect and search chats that have become a staple of working from home. Then, you collect and share only what's relevant, with legal counsel or with fellow case reviewers. This way, you keep external costs down and eDiscovery efforts in-house. And you can prove that there's a seamless chain of custody, records are immutable, and that there is no spoliation. Now, let's look at an eDiscovery use case to see NetGovern in action. Let's take the example of data exfiltration. You suspect that one of your employees has started a side business that is way too closely related to your company's bread and butter. You think they've sent confidential intellectual property outside the company. This would warrant not just immediate dismissal, but also a lawsuit. Let's find out who it is and what it is they sent. We'll walk through all the steps. Create a case. First, we'll log into NetGovern and select eDiscovery. Click New Case. Give your case a name and description, something to set it apart. Choose the appropriate case class. Here, that's litigation. For case type, choose intellectual property. Now, select the locations to search. We want to look everywhere, so we'll choose all locations. NetGovern searches mail and file archives and uses live connectors to crawl repositories including SharePoint, Teams, and OneDrive, so we can later search for ESI in all locations at once. Lastly, you can create tags to apply to search results. There are default tags, but let's create one for intellectual property. You can edit these tabs at any time. Click Create. Open the case. Federated Search. Now it's time to search. First things first, we need to make sure our searches are saved. Autosave is the default. Make sure it's enabled so you don't need to do it manually. Start with a federated search. Here are some keywords that could be relevant to intellectual property investigations. We know that any communications would have occurred this year. We'll select Contains, which searches the body of emails and documents. This will return results that contain any of these keywords. Look at the matches we found. Here's a document in OneDrive that sure looks like a smoking gun. It's quite normal for our company to use keywords like this, but it's abnormal to find Charles using them. He doesn't even work in development. The results also show that Charles has been corresponding with someone named David using these keywords. Message search. In NetGovern, we can use message search to drill down into emails and attachments of particular custodians. In this example, a custodian refers to the owner of a mailbox containing a relevant message. Here, that's Charles. I'll create a new tab. When I do this, all locations are automatically selected. I'll deselect document repositories since I want to focus on searching archived mail. Then I'll specify Charles as the sender. Let's search for any specific mentions of the design doc we saw in the last search. It turns out this is exactly the conversation I needed to find. When queries get more complex, you can also use advanced search. We'll cover that in another demo. Review the results. It's time to review the results in both tabs. When creating the case, we could have given rights to a case member or reviewer, but there aren't many results here, so as the case manager, I'll just review them myself. I'll tag them with the intellectual property tag I created earlier. They will then appear as such in any future searches, and even for other case managers. We'll use this to create a separate tab with all results reviewed and confirmed as intellectual property. Run a federated search on the tag. Now, we have all the relevant results in one single tab. Export results. Now it's time to export the data. We want to export the tab we just created. CSV is only for metadata, so export to zip or load file. Enter a name for the export. Exports are set up to email reports to the case manager. That's me. So when I receive it, I will forward to legal counsel the data they need to proceed with the case or for further review. Apply legal hold. Now we have proof of data exfiltration. It's time to put Charles' archived data on legal hold. Doing this prevents him from intentionally or accidentally deleting any data. Legal hold helps you provide an audit trail to show that records haven't been tampered with. Deselect document repositories. Specify Charles. In the Legal Hold tab, check Enable Legal Hold, which preserves archived email records. For email, you can pick specific dates. However, we're going to select oldest and newest. This is the safest way to go. It captures all data that has been archived. In this video, we've seen how NetGovern eDiscovery lets you connect to numerous archived and live data sources. This is how you create a permanent and tamper-proof index of all unstructured data. By searching this index, the amount of data to review is easily reduced. Stay ahead of deadlines, cut legal costs, and keep eDiscovery in-house. Try the Smart Collection method. Get started with NetGovern eDiscovery today.